Good morning, good morning, good morning. I'm truly excited about this project today. I was at my local Walmart the other week and I saw this topiary and I thought, oh my God, this would be beautiful in the backyard. So I have a container that I want to plant the topiary in, and this is one of the pots that I used in the past for another project, but I'm going to take out the stopper. I think I'm going to give it a fresh coat of paint, and then I'm going to use some compost and some potting mix because the topiary will be in the container all winter long. I can do one or two things during the winter season because there's no windbreak in my backyard. I can use burlap to cover the topiary up, or I can put this container, which is going to be extra heavy, on a dolly and take it into the garage for the winter months. So time will tell. So I think what I'm going to do is start off by spray painting the container and removing the stopper. I'm going to paint it and then try to use a combination of potting soil and compost from the compost bin and put my topiary in there. So let's get started. So I just have a regular can of spray paint. I'm going to add a nozzle to it and just give the pot a fresh coat of paint, and then we'll add the combination of potting soil. I probably will use some plant tone since the pot is only going to sit on the back deck and it's not going to actually get any soil from the ground. So here we go. It's amazing what a can of paint can do for a container. It's looking absolutely amazing. So I'll just flip it upside down and do the other half. Okay, so while that is drying, I'm going to mix I have my wheelbarrow here, and I have my compost from the compost bin. I'm going to use some potting mix, my Miracle Grow potting mix, and mix it together, and then add it to the container. This is a quick dry, so it'll give the container a chance to dry. It says fast dry, so give it a few minutes. In the meantime, I'm going to get out the potting soil. So it's coming to the end of my my projects for the spring. This is the last of my plant tone that I'm going to mix right alongside the compost. And then this is your regular Miracle Grow potting mix. Mix it all together. Just to give the topiary adequate. You know, where have you been? You got things all over you. This will give the topiary adequate nutrients to stand in the container. So let's see. Looking back over, see if I need any more paint. There's a little sand in there, which happened to get on the container. So I'm just going to go back over and go across the top of the container with some finishing touch of the spray paint. Okay, give that a few minutes to dry. I'll move it over to the area where I want the planter to sit. And then because the topiary has been sitting in the container for about a week now, I'm going to remove all of the potting mix here and place water in my wheelbarrow and let the plant sit to hydrate before I actually put it in the container. Okay, since I removed the stopper from out of the container, the soil would drain through the hole in the center. So I'm just going to take a little bit of the mounting tape, place that in the center to hold the soil from actually going through. You could use, if you had an old crack pot, you could use that, pebbles if you choose, but this works just as fine for me. So I'm just going to place a couple of pieces across the bottom and move the container over to the other side, and let's get started with the planting. Okay, so I think that's perfect. Let's go up a little bit. I think that's perfect. And then the planter itself will sit pretty much about right here. But before I pot it up, I'm going to leave it in its container and just hydrate it with some water. So I believe I have enough potting soil in the container for the correct depth. But before I actually backfill with the rest of the potting soil, I'm going to let the planter itself, the topiary, sit in a container of water for maybe 30 minutes just to make sure that it's completely hydrated. Okay, so I'll let it sit in the container for about 30 minutes, let it hydrate, then I'll place it in its final pot or container, and then I'll backfill with the rest of my potting mix and compost. If it's completely hydrated, it won't fall over, it'll actually sit straight in its container. It's balanced. And it could be the pressure of the water that I have down inside the container. So we'll just leave that for a little while. There's a few, just to keep the form of the topiary, there's a few that I will trim back. Not too terribly much right now because I wanted to become established in the container first, so it doesn't add too much stress to the plant, and then we'll start pruning it. And you want to do your pruning before the winter months because that can hinder the progress of the plant if you start trimming the plant during the winter months, because that will encourage more growth, and we don't want that to happen. So yeah, let that sit. hydrated, I'm going to fit the topiary inside the container along with the pot that it's in. Then I'm going to just backfill all the way around the just backfill all the way around the container. I'll go around and do the other side. Make sure it's even and it's standing straight. Around. Nestle the pot and the container. That's me making a mess. All the way around. Not necessarily in the container that it's in, like I just did, but around the sides. And then tamp it down all the way around. Take the container completely out. Drop the planter. Back down inside. Right there. And then just continue to backfill. And I want to make sure it's sitting evenly. Sitting evenly. All the way around. I've been wanting to do this for a while now. And I'll make sure that it's standing straight and that it's not leaning. A bit more soil on this side. At the very bottom is the compost, so I just want to bring it up. No more than what was already in the container. Don't bury the trunk of the plant. And then I'll come back and just water it in. And this is going to look amazing in the backyard. Yes, I love it. I love it. And there you have it. This is one of my last projects for the spring of the year. I hope you're having a wonderful day. Thank you for watching my video. Please like, share, and subscribe. And as always, happy gardening.